Welcome. I'm Ebony.
And I'm Nico.
And we are
Ebonics podcast, where we're building a language around life, love, and legacy.
If you want to update this at any point, let me know.
We might have to, I mean, we still developing the language. I think we're strengthening the language. But no, I'm with it. I'm enjoying it.
Okay. What's new?
What's new? I have a couple of dope partnerships going on.
Such as?
Doing some consulting and menu development for a local cafe here in St. Louis, which is keeping me pretty busy. Oliver's Cafe, that's been super dope. Black owned. There's some believers. They just some amazing people. So that really was the main motivation for me wanting to work with them. But then they actually needed and wanted my help. So it was dope. It was like just an easy connection and partnership. The whole process of opening up another location, that's been stressful for them. And I had to play the waiting game for a while, but I'm happy for them, and I think it's gonna be good for both parties. So that's pretty dope.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, this is a lot. We'll see. Food Network reached out to me. I had applied. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, you should do blah blah blah, this and that." So I went on. I found like a basic contract. I just applied for, whatever they wanted to do, and forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently the lady or somebody from their casting team took a deep dive on my IG and hit me up on there, and in my email was just like, "Yo, let's connect." So I actually have a interview with them tomorrow to see if we can land a spot on one of these shows. So we'll see. That's exciting.
It is.
Yeah. But until it happens, till I get that plane ticket, I'm like,
you thinking like me now?
kind of. But I'm really just trying to practice. It's raining, y'all, so I don't know what's going on. It's some I think water is falling on our stuff that's right here outside. That's what it is.
Jesus.
But yeah, I'm just trying to practice a healthy balance. I don't want to be too let down if nothing happens, and then I also don't want to be so excited that I'm anxious and when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? I'm just just be patient, let it happen. Still cranking out a lot of content. Conversations on Chopped It Up with Chef Nico season 2 starting to happen. Exciting times. The kids have been cool lately. And I say cool as in I've had some adorable moments and some really fun, little moments, and I've just been really enjoying that. Outside of the annoying crying and all that stuff that comes along with it, I've had some great moments. That's been oh. So, what about you? What's new? Badu?
Yeah, I just posted on Instagram. My hair is a disaster under there. You can still see the little thing.
What thing?
My head condom is what you call it.
Just a little bit. I mean, barely. They ain't gonna be able to tell.
Plus, they go on Instagram. I'll find out tomorrow if I'll start acting and modeling.
This one over
That's
here.
New.
Oh yeah. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
What made you decide to give that a try? Were you feeling yourself? Have you been feeling yourself lately? Or are you just you know what? I'm going to just try it.
No. Cam, who is already signed up, hates being on camera. So I asked if we could swap him out for Kendall or myself. That's what happened. I wasn't feeling nothing.
All right. Is it something that you want to do? As a model, that you had preference? You want to do more fashion? You want to do, I think you said something about runway. Do you want to take pictures?
Walking. I don't like photo shoots as much because I'm weird on camera. But that's why they have coaches.
I'm excited. I think you have the figure, you got the look. It's yeah. I think it's a no-brainer, you know.
Okay. We'll see if they think so.
What we talking about today, baby?
Do you know?
Yeah. But I don't know like the structure. For those who don't know, we may go over like a guideline, like the structure of the conversation, but we never really know what the other person is going to say going into these conversations, which is dope. So right now, I got no clue on how we're going to discuss this topic. So take it away.
I do have an outline. We're talking about the royals. Meghan, what's his name?
Harry.
I kept saying Henry. Harry, Meghan, and Oprah did an interview, and we're discussing it.
Okay. Now, what made you want to discuss that? I was caught off guard. I was like, really?
I watched it, and I was like, I wasn't so caught up in their business, but I was like finding the things that mirrored in our relationship.
Okay. And I'm intrigued.
But I'm gonna let you just throw out initial random thoughts.
Don't look at my stuff. Don't look at my stuff.
Before I start asking questions.
No, you. No. Okay.
I'll throw mine out. Whatever. I love that they got married before their wedding.
Yes.
All that glitz and glam be for other people.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me put some bullet points over this because I want to make sure I don't go back over. And I'm proud of myself. I got some decent notes. I think so. I think that is very important because they also said that their date was for everybody else. Let me find the exact quote she said. Meg said she was kept trying to remind themselves that it was their day. Is that, but it really wasn't. She said it was planned for the world. And I'm like, hell, most people, just regular people, got to worry about just their family, you know, and the stress that comes with that. Imagine having to. Well, I'm pretty sure they didn't plan it for real. Maybe they had a little say so, but like this.
If that chick made her cry over bridesmaids dresses, they had some planning.
I'm saying like I'm pretty sure she had say so in like decor or whatever how she wanted her day to look, but I mean cameras and all that stuff and like all that extra stuff that goes along with it, like I can't imagine that at all.
A royal wedding.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Even more stressful. Even with all the stuff, her name being in tabloids and all the negative energy and comments that have been said about her leading up to it, like all of that, like it's a lot, man. So I'm glad that they had an intimate marriage with just the two of them.
Ceremony.
Yeah, marriage. Yeah, intimate ceremony with just them two. I thought it was dope.
That was mine.
Oh, I just piggybacked off of it? Okay. Oprah said that you were marrying the family too. And I was like, yeah. I did not consider that I was taking in your family. For like I was marrying like your family. Like that's the bond. So even if I don't like nobody or, don't really rock with somebody, that is now my family. And that's important, to consider.
Somebody must have told me that because I registered that beforehand.
Talking to somebody who didn't really consider marriage. you know.
I was not that girl. Like, ooh.
Planning your marriage and your wedding and all that. Yeah. You don't seem like that girl.
I'm still not.
The thing is, with that, I think it's important that you actually do the research as far as like digging and seeing what the family is like, personalities, history, whatever. Even more so, a freaking royal family, you know. I think they said, what was it, a 1,200-year-old institution. The fact that they kept calling it institution was just like, this is just different. But she didn't do no research on him. She just was trusting everything that he said. Just, I guess, like a normal relationship, which is odd to me. I would have been Googling. I would have been looking up a lot of stuff. Just, I don't know their life. So I would have been doing a ton of research. And the fact that she didn't was kind of like.
She said she was naive.
She was tripping.
So how was it meeting my family?
You know, we go back to high school. Mm-hmm. So your family was pretty cool. You know, I met your sister. I used to carry your sister. Like, I remember holding your sister. Mm-hmm. She's like 3 or 4 when I met her. She is 17 now.
She's about to graduate.
That is crazy. So we go back. Your mom has always been amazing to me. Mm-hmm. Your dad, stepfather, has always been super quiet, super chill. And like now we have our own little relationship that we're developing, which is cool. I really like that. Yeah, and everybody else got their own little personality. It felt normal. I was going to family events and stuff when we was dating and all that, and everybody was on my team. And when we weren't, because I was so cool, and they was just like, hey, where's Nick? So, hey, it was easy.
I don't think I met your parents in high school, did I? Mm-mm. When did I meet them?
When we was dating. I started bringing you around to family events.
Did I meet them with the rest of your family? I remember when I met your family. It was like the 4th of July, and they thought I was Tierra.
When we were dating, I lived in an apartment in the same complex as my folks.
So I met them
and we was on the other side. Yeah, so we used to go like over there a lot. Because Macy, my partner, he stayed in the same complex too, actually above my parents. So we would see a lot of each other. You don't remember none of that, huh?
Yeah. That's where me and your mom bonded over and Give It To Me Right. About Melanie and Fiona.
I was about to say, finish that sentence. It's okay. That's a song. Okay.
Yes. That's where I first saw The Walking Dead, was in your parents' apartment.
Word?
Mm-hmm. And I was like, what is this? And then it came back around.
Amazing. Would you have done research on the family?
The royal family or yours?
Both.
I wouldn't date a prince, so I wouldn't have had nothing
you married
to look
one.
up.
You married a king. Go ahead.
I wouldn't have married an institution in the first place.
That's weird. Why not?
Because I do not follow rules like that. If I think it's stupid, then I'm going to just be like, nah.
So before there, you even got a taste, you out.
Yeah. Relationships are stressful enough. That's too much.
Okay.
That's too much to sign up for.
I met a princess. Oh yeah. It all depends on what it was and how she felt about it. I think the dope thing about Meghan and Harry is they seem like a unit. They agreed on most things. At least that's the front they put on. If not, like, he was like, hey, this ain't cool. We want out. Like,
and now he's jobless, living off of whatever his mama gave him.
Well, he's not jobless. I mean, they start a whole.
He's fired.
well, he's no longer, I guess, part of the royal
The
situation.
business.
Yeah, but they launched their own little production company, so you missed that.
Content
creation. Yeah. So they, with the money that his mom left them, so without that, I don't know what they would have had. But I'm pretty sure, formerly known as Prince Harry, can pull up to any bank and get some kind of loan or something like that. Come on now. So you got some kind of pull just off of your name alone. So Meg said she didn't really realize the job. Like she married into a role. Mm-hmm. That right there is the sucky part. You're not just a wife. You're duchess or princess or whatever she was. Yeah, so it's like that right there is the weird piece.
She got a title.
She was supposed to be like, I mean, you're marrying a prince.
She Harry wife.
You're supposed to be a duchess or a princess or something like that. So I don't know. I think the fact that, and I don't know the inner workings of everything, but it seemed like, you know, when she came on and then also she got pregnant, all the kids, it seemed like they started to, you know, want to change some stuff. Ain't cool. The fact that the first, I guess, time meeting his grandmother, he asked, "Do you know how to curtsy?"
For the queen.
It's crazy. But I didn't realize. I'm like, dang, they even curtsy for her. It's like me going to my mom and being like, "Hey, mom, how are you, mom?" Like, that's different.
Your granny.
Or grandma, whatever. But that's different. That's
the stuff I'm saying. That's too much.
Why is that too much?
I'm not bowing every time I see you, granny. That is too much.
Why is it? Why is that so hard?
That's hella formal. It's over the top. I'm not doing it. Okay. This is why Harry would have dumped me, or I would have left him before we even made it to the altar. That's ridiculous.
So many rules.
That's ridiculous.
So even when I tell you, I mean, because I know for a fact, I always try to push the kids to ask correctly, you know. When your folks was coming over to the crib, it was just like nobody was speaking or even acknowledging me. It was just like, dog, what, bro? You come into my house, say hello. What? When your family will come over to the house and not speak. Somebody come into the house and just sit down or whatever, start talking to you without even acknowledging my existence. Mm-hmm. I think that's extremely rude. But that's part of it was based on my upbringing, like because that's what you're supposed to do. But if you pull back to like the why, it's like just basics. Hello, I'm right here. Like that's just.
I say hello to my granny.
Odd to me, you know. But just like, I mean, I was setting it up to say like, were my rules too much? My ask, my like requirements and stuff, are these annoying to you?
No. However, when I was a kid, I used to get in trouble for that all the time. Walking in somebody's house and not saying hi. Mm-hmm. I don't want to come in your house. This is not optional for me, and I don't like you. So I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, you wouldn't have made it.
I don't think making kids talk to people they don't like or trust is like, we can discuss what's going on, and if I don't rock with it either, I guess we ain't going over there, because you don't got to say nothing to them.
So I get, because I'm learning like giving kids, what was it, autonomy? I get that. I learned that as a person who experienced molestation, like having say so over your body, I'm with that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to force my kid, man, give her a hug. Because I used to say that. I used to feel like that. And I was like, well, shoot, I never tied that together. So cool. But when it comes to speaking, it's just like, you don't feel like speaking. It's just, like, what is that? Is that stubbornness? Is it rude? Like, is it just, like, what is it? All because I don't like you, do you still just not acknowledge this person as a human? Like, I feel like there's still just basics, loving somebody else. And it's just important to me, my view. But if you don't like nobody and you forced to go somewhere and you just don't do it, that's still think you might need to do some digging. I'm just
saying that was my childhood rationale. They like, if you come to my house, you speak. I didn't want to come to your house. And my mama not letting me sit in the car, which I would also do. So, hi.
It's not hard.
It's also fake.
What do you mean?
That's how it feels to me. If I wouldn't speak to you outside of your own rules, it's not even genuine. Why do you want this from me?
A hi? A greeting?
Why do you want an
acknowledgement?
Genuine hello?
What is a hello to you?
What do you mean? It's a greeting.
It's something pretty big to you to where it feels like, I don't want to have to do this. So for me, a greeting is small. For you, it seems like a greeting is big to where it's like, I don't want to have to do this. And I'm like, hell, I say hello to people on the street. I don't know you. I don't have to say that or whatever. But it's just an acknowledgement of another human being. Mm-hmm. And you're saying, because I don't feel like it, that seems like a big ask.
My childhood.
I feel like it's a little bit of that now.
You think I just don't say hi to people now?
I think early on in our marriage, you did for sure. I mean, I think you've grown to come out of that. Sometimes almost like let me do this for him, or like for me, or something like that. I feel like you would sit in the car at a lot of places we go to.
And now I just won't go.
That's true too.
You cool with bowing?
Yeah, I don't have a problem
with that. That's where we left off.
Because a sign of respect, cool. Now I also get that. Let's say if I didn't like the queen, I bow. It's a sign of humility. It's like, all right. Now, are we kicking it? No. But the fakeness, the part where I would have an issue is smile for this picture type stuff. All of that. Like, that kind of stuff.
So you just gonna bow with an attitude?
No.
Or like a still face?
I don't hold on to grudges or whatever. It's people that I don't rock with, I don't like, that I will still acknowledge. I don't have beef or hold grudges with anybody. Like, I don't really have that. So it's never really been an issue for me to not speak, or, to me, this is easy. Cool. Is it? It's cool for me, huh?
Yeah, for you.
What else?
The brown baby conversation.
Oh, well, I got a lot before we get to there. Oh, a little bit. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
She said that now that she's no longer there, she gets to live authentically. And she said, just back to the basics. And I'm like, dog, like, that is crazy. You had to be fake in front of everybody. That was the part that I would struggle with. So, the smiling for the camera, being in front of this person, even though they said something crazy, or whatever, this institution, I don't know, person, people, whoever they are, saying no to everything and not taking my, like, all of that, like, not having my back, all of this just seems like surrounded by fakeness. That's what I would struggle with the most. So, that's crazy. Meg not getting into detail about Kate because it was squashed between them. I respected that.
Yeah, that was dope.
I was like, because at first I was like, what's up, spill it, why is she getting the detail? And then when she kind of like, because she had already said sorry, I was like, okay, that's mature. That's big. But I thought it was whack that Kate didn't speak publicly to clear that situation up.
Did she have permission?
I mean, again, probably saying like, don't say anything or whatever, but that's ridiculous. That's whack. The fact that I didn't know Meg was divorced. So she was previously married before she got married to Harry.
I'm following.
I wonder, did she, was that held against her? You know.
By the royal people?
Yeah. Mixed race. She was the first mixed race and the first American to be, you know, I don't even want to say welcomed into the family because I don't even know who she was. But married into it. Baggage. Extra baggage going into it. Versus her being never married, from the UK, and white. Probably wouldn't have been no issue.
Kate is English?
I don't know.
I thought she was American.
I think I wrote that down. I thought that's what Oprah said. She was divorcee, first mixed race, first American. I thought that's what she said, but I could be wrong. I never heard Kate speak. Never seen an interview with her, so don't know if she has that little UK accent. You see, I don't want to say she was silenced. Did you mention that?
Silent versus silenced. Mm-hmm. That was dope. Oprah's a master interviewer.
Oh yeah, when she said that, I was silent. I was like, "Were you silenced?" And then Oprah said, "Were you?" I was like, "Yeah, Oprah." Like she getting in there. Like I love the way she was like, "No, like, no, who said that?" Like, oh, what was this? She was really doing some digging, and they had great training also to not say whatever. I wish they gave us more on some stuff.
What stuff?
Calling people out, I think. And I don't know what those conversations look like behind the scenes. So especially getting to your conversation. We're not there yet. I got three more bullet points.
That's fine.
But that kind of stuff is just like, yo, how Meg seems like a softie. Like I don't know how like a pushover. I don't know.
In what way?
I'm just crying and just kind of like ready to. I don't want to jump the gun, but she's like, she was suicidal already in her life and just like things that she couldn't do. Like I would have probably made a little more waves, a lot more waves if I was her. Like I would have been a little more vocal, a lot more vocal. But again, she was silenced and like I don't know what I would have been speaking about, like saying names. I would have been talking about.
In the interview.
Yeah, but also in life, if these things were going on, I probably would have been more. You would have probably seen more interviews about me speaking about certain things to clear the air or whatever. But I don't know what the institution was doing, like the lengths they were doing to silence her. So, people around them would lie to protect others in the family, but wouldn't come to her defense, her and Harry's defense, actually, which is crazy. I think that's when we started to see like
they would have all been canceled for me.
But that's when she said that I was like, dang. Like Harry is starting to feel it too. Like, so it's not just his wife, it's him too. That's crazy. Like that's blood. So that's like a deep, I don't know. I don't want to call it hate, but I don't know what to call it. That's just wow. She said she left the house twice in 4 months, but she was always in the news. And that they said that she couldn't leave because of that. But she was like, I ain't been nowhere. That they wanted her like to die down.
And the only reason this stuff is in the news is because y'all letting it be in the news.
Because you letting it be and y'all not correcting or whatever. So, how things look versus how they feel. To me, that's important. Like I'm stepping into the public, with all. I mean, we're doing that. I think it's important for us that people know how it feels to be in a marriage versus how it looks. It could be pretty. It could look, sometimes it could look super, super bad, but then like, it's not always that bad. It depends on your level of work and.
It can be worse than it looks. It could be easier than it looks.
Absolutely. So, but the fact that, again, that fake put on a smile, wave or whatever, but you dying on the inside type stuff.
That's something me and Crystal were talking about when she was saying somebody called her and was like, "Oh, you look so amazing on whatever night." And all she could see was the whites of their knuckles because they were squeezing each other's hands so tight. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, Jesus.
Everybody else see this beautiful picture and you traumatized, or you just got like triggered. Yeah.
That you couldn't be left alone in your own house.
It's crazy. They had to turn over their keys, passports, etc. That sounds trashy as a mother.
This is what I'm talking about.
But it also like
I would be like, never mind. This is ridiculous. I'm leaving.
But see, yeah, because
why do you need my keys?
If I can't come and go as I want, that's crazy.
Why do you need my passport?
But he said that he was a prisoner, and I was like, just like Oprah said, you was a prisoner. Like,
you in a pretty prison.
But yeah, you're literally in the golden prison. That's
the hell. And you want to be with a princess, boy? Please. You gonna be like Jasmine, jumping the fence, jumping off tigers.
Yeah, I mean everybody got their own.
You gonna be jumping off ducks. That's what the queen got.
They own little point of views and their challenges and stuff like that. So that's one thing I could respect. Just because, people say, "Oh, the grass is greener." His situation, like, nah, we got royal mud over here. Whatever. I don't know. We still got issues, and a lot of us would be like, "Well, shoot, I would much rather cry in a Lamborghini than a Pinto." So I know.
What is a Pinto?
It's just I don't even know if it was I think it's an old car. But it's just like a bucket or a lemon, whatever. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to cry in a Lamborghini. I can't drive away.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd rather put in my lemon with the ice spilling over.
Wherever you can go. I feel it. If you can go somewhere. I can't imagine that.
That is trash.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. I already said that they seemed like a tight unit. I thought that was dope. She was like, real respectful. Like, hey, we're not going to talk about this until he get out here, like the gender and all that. I don't know. The way they talked about each other and talked with each other seemed like a unit. Now, whether that was trained, whatever. Mission accomplished. If that's what they was trying to do.
Well, I guess they could have prepared regardless, but they didn't know what she was going to ask.
Right. Harry's family care more about the tabloids and turning on them versus speaking up for Meg. The fact that he said that and knew it and knowledge, I bet that hurt. That I can imagine. He's been a royal all his life, so he's been dealing with tabloids or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I wonder, was it like, oh, we'll handle that. We got you. But we'll correct that, And then all of a sudden it was a turn. Like, I wonder how that felt to be him. And now like, dang, well, it wasn't always like this. And now the only thing that's changed is I'm married to this lady. I'm putting it together. This ain't cool. That's a lot. And to still have your family in that, not willing to speak up because of what? Comfort? Are they racist? Do they actually feel this way? Like all these things.
Tabloids or his family?
His family.
When they was doing those side by sides, Kate eating the avocado was healthy, but Megan eating the avocado, it snowballed into some big world issue. Mm-hmm. And then
the baby bump?
Kate holding her baby was sweet.
I remember
Megan
that live.
Holding her baby was vain.
I remember that in actual time. Like, I was like, are you serious?
What's going on?
That was crazy.
I was irritated. But talking about the lying and not nobody correcting, that triggered me because, I don't know, I think it was last year, somebody in your family was lying on you. And I was pissed. I think you was calmer than me.
What was the lie?
Huh?
What was the lie?
I don't want to say it on here.
The what? Okay. Yeah.
I want to say her in the face.
I mean, again, everybody got their own little family issues, and even dealing with that situation, I would still speak. Hello, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Mm-hmm. Now, those are like the how's it going, like greetings, not like answer that question because I care type stuff.
I don't ask ambiguous questions.
But like no, I'm trying to get better at like not doing that, because when I ask somebody what's up, I want to know what's up. So I'm trying to do better with that. But I would acknowledge, and if that person was a queen or whatever, I'd still bow out of respect. Because hi. Me,
it ain't no touching involved.
That's who I am. I'm that person. Like, your ugliness and whatever is not gonna alter who I am.
I be feeling like it's ants in my veins and I get hot. So I'll be like, hi, don't touch me.
I feel that, look.
You might feel it radiating out of my, like I be warm.
You be really on fire.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
They straight pulled that dude's security, dog. He was
and his kid
born into it, though. My thing is, the kids weren't like,
they was born into it.
They didn't have it and then like lost it.
His was revoked.
That's crazy.
That's trash. And they revealed their location at the same time.
They revealed their location, but then also once they said that other people in the family do that, have that lifestyle to where they're not full time, I was like, I thought it was just like, they're the first. It's never been done.
And they went to Canada so they could still be available.
Crazy. It's just toxic. And that's
dangerous as a mug.
I feel like as careful as they was, like not spilling certain things, not saying details, this right here that we got from it was just like, that's already toxic and not cool. So I just can't imagine like the real stuff.
You, my kids, and my siblings, I don't really think logically anymore. You told the world where we were with no security. We could have been swarmed, murdered, attacked, whatever. My freaking kids? Are you kidding me? We ain't cool no more. I don't know if your family or mine ever did something to endanger my kids on purpose.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
baby, I don't know how many conversations it would take.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is it this royal family and institution thing?
I don't care who it is at that point.
Is like so not cool because
the royals don't be correcting nothing.
We family, we blood. Y'all ain't doing nothing to change this. What's the institution gonna do without the royal family? Can they thrive without it? Like, so I'm like, that's why I'm like, the fact that my mom, well, not his mom, the dad, the brother, like stuff ain't bred
and brainwashed to just do royal things without questioning it.
But yeah, I see now that I can see if that somebody was just like, well, just don't rock the boat type stuff.
The people coming in is a little different, but from birth.
Yeah, I can kind of understand. I'm saying like I sympathize. I can understand that those people like, okay, don't rock the boat type stuff because it makes it harder. Versus, well, I'm on the other side of that. You're not losing nothing, like security and whatever.
Harry did.
No, his brothers, like they're not going through it. So, you know.
I'm saying if they speak up and align with him, they ain't gonna have none either. It's self-preservation.
That's whack though. So if Amber, your sister, was like more on some, I'm not gonna say anything, on some self-preservation stuff, how would that affect you? Like, how would you?
I'd be pissed.
The fact that he was like,
I wouldn't.
That whoever made that comment and they didn't want to speak because it would destroy them. What? We're being destroyed because y'all aren't speaking up. Let the destruction happen, because some people just need to be brought down.
I'm all for blowing up something. You know that.
We definitely are that family. I think how they did it, how they went about it, was really, let's not hurt anybody, let's not affect anybody. I was like, no, like, that's what I'm saying, like, push back.
There's no accountability.
No.
I don't think either of us are rule followers in that sense. So, like, just for the sake of following the rules and keeping the peace, that's not how we're wired.
So, are you saying, because you said that you didn't understand what I meant by fight back, you would have done things how Megan did them? As far as you know. I know it's a lot of stuff we don't know, but.
I don't know what she did and didn't do. I know it's super hard to do anything when you're depressed. Mm-hmm. So the fact that she was laying in the bed ready to off herself, it's hard to be motivated to go fight the good fight. Mm-hmm. What I know I would have did was got the hell up out of that castle or whatever. I don't even know if that's what they live in. I would have got off of that estate with my kids. That's the only thing I know I would have done the same.
I would have been a lot more vocal. I would have been airing it out. Everything. Name dropping. This person said this. They said this. They said that. All you're going to do is like, okay, it's going to be like a verbal thing. Oh, we didn't say it. Whatever. But it's going to be some accountability.
Her and Harry just wasn't aligned in that. Because he's still like, that's my family.
For sure.
So I imagine they had some rough conversations. Mm-hmm.
And she's only been in the whole deal, 4 years, 4 or 5 years, something like that?
I have literally no clue.
Well, the fact that he's been in it all his life is going to take a lot more work. I wouldn't be surprised if later down the line, a book or something comes out, or an interview or something like that, just kind of like a tell-all situation. All depends on how the rest of the family continues on this whole ordeal. Like, the more they get away from it, I think it's going to be easier for them to tell it all, spill the beans.
I feel like it's just hard for people to blow their family up.
My thing is, right now, if you just gonna like, I just want to step away for the sake of my family, but you still connected with your brother and sister, and you said that they're prisoners also, they're trapped within the system. Like, I guess the benefit of, if they really wanted to be royal families, because they want to fight for their rights as their birthright, and her being married and the kids and all that stuff, if they want to fight for that, then
blowing it up ain't gonna help.
I don't know. Like, exposing cats, I think that would, if it's like, the reason I said it, if they didn't care about it, stepping away, cool, wipe my hands with it. I'm gonna just speak my truth to a certain extent to protect them, cool. But if it's just like, no, I want this is my birthright, and he not saying nothing, this person said I can't do this, whatever, that's how I would go about the situation. And I guess that's why I was saying, like, the pushback or the fight wasn't there. She was just like, you know what, I want out. I don't want nothing to do with this. That was their stance on it. So that's why they took made the decisions they made. I would have tried to fight for my birthright a little harder than that. Mm-hmm. Based off of the information that I've seen.
I wouldn't blow up nothing until I was in California.
They in Cali now.
I'm just
blow it up. That's crazy though. It's a whole new world. That's a new world. That's old world actually. 1,200-year-old institution, which means they had some slaves.
Yeah.
They still built on all
they
that.
White and rich. They had slaves.
Man, well.
They ain't rich. They're wealthy.
They loaded. Crazy. Well, I ain't got to deal with it.
I would never.
Y'all should definitely check out the interview. I think it's an interesting peek into their life, and scary. It's because it's like the powers that people have is nuts. That's a different level of power. And then the tabloids, I think they said the tabloids over in the UK is just like way crazier than here in the States too. So I can imagine.
I don't know.
I get tired of the news and all that.
Either one.
I mean, all the stuff you just go into the grocery aisle and you just see all them articles, boom, this and this and this and this. A lot of that stuff, just people going and talking. But the fact that you have power to shut them down and just don't do it.
People be staging their own tabloids.
So, stuff like this make me like, cool, I'm normal life. Great.
I love the normal.
Shout out to Tyler Perry though. I don't even know what kind of relationship they have or how he caught wind of this whole situation, but he gave up, offered up his home and security for them to figure this stuff out. That is a man of God right there. That's somebody who cares and who serves. Your
privilege well.
That is dope. That was super dope. That's the kind of stuff I want to be able to do.
Host some royals.
Host royals. Yeah. Well, fun conversation. Less stressful.
I don't feel like I don't have to take it away. You know who you're marrying.
And yeah, blow it up if you have to. I'm blowing it up if I got to.
I feel like I did a little blow up when we were in your parents' house. That was a stressful time.
You did. Did you feel, was I on your side?
Eventually.
I think that was the closest we've been to this situation. Mm-hmm. You coming in, but having to deal with my family because we was all living together. Mm-hmm. So we basically had to pull a Meg and Harry. We had to shake. Now, if I wanted to stay there, the fight would have been a little different. But I don't think that would have been healthy.
Not for us.
Well, hopefully everything works out with them. They seem a lot happier.
They seem peaceful. Ain't that a word she used? She got peace.
Yeah. It's just that this dude, I think they even compared it to like a fairy tale. Like the prince left,
the Little Mermaid. Yeah. She lost her voice to be with the prince.
This mug, I'm talking about from him, his point of view. He left. Well, I don't want to say left. Ultimately, he's no longer a prince, I guess. He got the status robbed or the title robbed. That's his birthright. That's who he is. So I'm like, can he lose that?
Clearly he can. If we were a Disney movie, what would we be?
Lady and the Tramp.
All right, Tramp.
I'm a lady.
I don't even know the premise of that movie.
They eat spaghetti.
Okay. It's your answer.
It's a fancy dog and a rough dog. edgy dog.
Which one are you?
I don't know.
You the fancy dog?
Depending on the circumstances, yeah. Depending on the moments, I'm definitely the fancy dog. And I'd be like, this tramp. Man, God. But it'd be other moments. I'd be real trampy. And you'd be like...
Like what?
Pinky up. It'd be a lot of stuff. How you carry yourself sometimes. It'd be weird. I feel like we go back and forth being tramps and ladylike. Ladylike. It'd be weird. I don't know. If we was a Disney movie, what would we be? What you think?
I'm thinking.
I've never seen Lady and Tramp, by the way. I just know about the spaghetti scene.
I have it saved in my watch list on Disney Plus. I didn't know there were two.
Two Lady and Tramps?
I'm watching both.
What's up?
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. I don't know. I really don't. We ain't none of them classics. Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. What's the Belle? Whatever her story is. Beauty and the Beast. Mulan.
Probably Frozen or something like that.
Why?
So a lot of trauma that happened early on in that movie that had to get resolved. And plus, I'm cold, like you just said earlier.
Trauma in all of them.
That's true. All of them Disney movies traumatic, but I'm like, they childhood, something happened to them crazy, whatever. I just realized that I'm just super cool, almost like got powers.
We're Aladdin. I grew up super secure. Didn't have a lot of freedom. And you was just out there living your life. And then they come together and find a medium.
Me and a boo. I had a few boos.
Monkeys?
Sure.
That.
I'm trying to see. I'm Aladdin.
Aladdin was fine too.
Okay. Okay. What I'm wishing for. Wish a nigga would.
Okay. Mine was better. I win. Close this out.
You calling me a bum?
No, I'm not.
Adventurous bum.
I'm not talking about the bum part. I'm talking about you used to be wild and free.
I mean, hey.
And I was absolutely not.
Yeah, that's real. I can show you the world.
Yes.
Usually like, oh, what is that? Babe, that's Forest Park. Oh, man.
I win.
That's funny. That's a good question. What Disney movie is your relationship?
And why? I want to know why. We look like we fighting. This body language, we look into
Shoot,
it.
when I was over here, probably.
We're not.
Okay, back it up. All right, y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Ebonics Podcast. You can find us where all podcasts.
I almost made it. Sorry.
You can find us on all major platforms where podcasts can be found. Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Anchor. You can watch us on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can stand and know when more content drops. Yeah, let us know. Again, what's your Disney movie story for your relationship and why? Put that in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. And yeah, man. Till next time.
Bye.